Whoa, here. So Meli's DNA results are in, and she loves this toy right here. This is her pig ball, because there's a little sausage in here that I stick in here. It's a dog treat sausage. It's not like a real like Jimmy Dean's or Hickory Farms or something like that. It's for dogs. She loves it. So I'm gonna push this all the way in, and then so she's gonna want to eat that. She's gonna want to get to that. So I'm gonna share with you her DNA test results, because we found out, according to this test, what she is, what her breed is. And so I know in the previous Facebook Live that I did a few weeks ago, there were so many people that were trying to figure out and guess what she is. And so what do you think? What do you think she is? Right now, she is probably, according to her dental records, when we took her for a checkup, for her very first checkup after we found her, they looked at her teeth and they analyzed her teeth and basically said, based on her teeth, when we found her, get your butt out of the camera, that's not ladylike. According to her dental records, they said that when we found her, she was about 5 to 7 weeks young. And so, what's crazy about that is, when you buy a dog at the pet store, whoa, she's all over the place. Yeah, she's full of energy too. When you buy a dog at the pet store, or you take a dog from the shelter, they usually don't let you take the dog until the dog is about 8 or 9 weeks young. Now, the reason why is because a puppy needs to continue to nurse from their mother up until that point. So I'll share with you kind of the backstory for those of you that don't know how she came into our lives, but in just a minute. But we found her when she was only 5 to 7 weeks. So super, super young. And so when we did her checkup for the very first time, they did a DNA test as well. So I know that there are some different companies that do different DNA tests. And so according to the one that we got, I will share the results with you guys on what that one said. And so if you want to maybe guess what you think maybe she is in the comment section, type in the comment section what you think she is. If you think she's this, part that, type that in the comment section. But I'm going to share with you exactly what she is. But before I do that, let me share with you kind of her backstory and how she ended up coming into our life. So on December, what are you doing? She is so full of energy too. And so, hey, ow, she bit me. Stop. Here, play with your toy. She's teething, of course. So on December 12th, we found her. Stop biting my sweats. We found her wandering the streets. I was walking around with my nephew, who's about 1.5. Hey, smell that. Smell your treat. So I was walking around the neighborhood with my 1.5-year-old nephew, and he's almost 1.5. But we were walking around, and all of a sudden, she shows up and she runs out of the driveway of a house. Runs out of the driveway and starts playing with my 1.5-year-old nephew. And so this girl is jumping on him and licking his fingers and licking his chin and all that kind of stuff. And he's loving it. And she's like, oh my gosh, I found such a great new friend. And so what ended up happening is we were playing with her for a while. We were playing with her for a really long time. We were playing with her for like a few hours. And so nobody's driving by. Oh, well, before that, I go back to the house where we found her, okay? I go back to the house where we found her, And I'm like, here's your puppy. She's been playing with my nephew. And so the lady who answered the door, she looks at us and she looks at me and she's like, I've never seen that dog in my life. I'm like, that's not my dog. I was like, oh. So then I proceeded to walk up and down a couple of blocks, going door to door, asking people, hey, have you seen who owns this dog? Do you recognize this dog? Is this your dog? And every house that I went to was like, nope, never seen her before, but she's cute. And so we just let her follow us back to my brother-in-law's house. And we just continued to play with her for like hours and hours. And so hours are going by. Nobody's driving by. She has no collar, no tags, no nothing. And so we just waited and we just played with her. We were hoping someone would drive by and be like, hey, have you seen my dog? I'm looking for a puppy. And we're like, yeah, we have it right here. But nobody was looking for her. So basically, let me get this out here so she can taste it again. Let's taste the sausage in here. And so we're just like, okay. And then so it started getting a little bit late, and she was pretty much attached to me because I was petting her and I was playing with her, and everyone else in the house, everyone else kind of went inside. And I didn't want to leave her out in the street. So I was just playing with her, petting her, all that kind of stuff. And so she got a little attached to me. And so my wife and my youngest son were like, oh boy, I think Dad wants to take this puppy home. And so we did. We ended up taking her home. And we figured, okay, let's hold on to her until we find the owner. Until the owner shows up. And so I posted on a whole bunch of websites. Like there's this website called Paw Boost, which is known for lost and found puppies. I posted on all the San Diego County, Chula Vista, National City, San Diego County lost and found pet Facebook pages and stuff like that, and got a lot of nice comments like, oh, she's so cute, a lot of likes and comments and all that kind of stuff on the post with her photograph, but nobody claimed her. Nobody is like, I know whose puppy that is, or you know, I recognize that puppy, or anything like that. Nothing. So we decided, like, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do over the course of a week, whether we're gonna keep her or whether we're going to take her to the shelter, or, you know, stuff like that. And obviously I wanted to keep her. And so a week went by, or a week and a half went by with nothing. No response. No one trying to claim her. No one even trying to pretend like they're claiming her. And so, so we decided as a family, we decided that we were going to keep her. And so we decided to keep her, and we decided to name her. We didn't even name her up until that point. And so, whoa, where are you going? And so, hey, come here. And so, hold on, let me lock her up. And so, we decided to name her, and whoops. And because of her color, we decided to name her Meli. Meli, which means honey in Hawaiian. So, Meli. And she's starting to know her name now. And so, basically, we decided to keep her. So then we set up her appointment to get her checked out, make sure that she's healthy, make sure there's nothing wrong with her. And along with that appointment, you know, make sure that she wasn't chipped and all that kind of stuff. And so we took her for her first appointment, and her first appointment was, they were checking on her and everything. And, oh, the gardeners are here. And so, her first appointment, here. Well, she's going. So her first appointment, they checked on her, clean bill of health, very healthy. In fact, she was a little bit chubby. And so I called them, you know, a few hours before her appointment was over, because I just needed to know, like, I needed to make sure, like, hey, has she been chipped? And the lady who answered the phone, who works for the veterinarian, basically told us that no, she wasn't chipped. And so I got a little emotional, because I thought to myself, okay, so we're gonna keep her. She's for sure ours now. And so they also, with the checkup, they did a DNA test. And so here's what we found out. We found out that she is 25, now according to this DNA test, I know there are several different DNA tests that you can choose. The one that they provided to us with her checkup, if you were to purchase that DNA test separately, or maybe you didn't have a checkup and you just wanted to do a DNA test, it would have been about $150. I think what I saw was $159. And so we did the DNA test, and then the results came in. And so here's what they found out. They found out, Meli, come here. Meli, come here. Let's tell people who you are. Let's tell people what you are. So, she is 25% Cocker Spaniel, 25% Poodle, 17% Schnauzer, and then 37 point something percent miscellaneous mix. And so that's crazy, because, like, looking at her, I thought to myself, and a lot of people were thinking, that she's got to be like half beagle, half lab. And so that could very well still be the case, because these DNA tests that they do with these dogs, you can get a DNA test on Amazon that's like anywhere from $50 to a few $100s. So I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what they told us, and the results that they provided from the company that did her DNA results. So 25%, 25% Cocker Spaniel, 25% Poodle, 25% Schnauzer, 17% Schnauzer, and then 37 point something percent mix of a whole bunch of different things. So that's her story, and Meli is our puppy now. Just thought I'd share with you guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.